In this video, we'll be going over how to calibrate the cameras in the mocap studio. The cameras are the Vicon Vantage V5s and the older T20s. Behind the computer is a rack mount that holds the two inputs for the cameras. On the bottom is a giganet for the four T20s, and above that an Ethernet switch for the Vantage V5s. Both of these are hooked up to the same power supply, so to turn them on, simply push the big red button on the right. On the back, you'll find the inputs for the cameras. You really shouldn't need to mess with any of this, and if something's not working, please contact myself or one of the other professors or any IT staff. For this course, we'll be using Blade 3. The current version is 3.4. If anything goes incredibly haywire in Blade, come down to these two checkboxes here to reset the layout and the preferences. Doing this will lose all of the stuff that I've set up for you, but it can help if you need it. The first thing we're going to want to do in Blade is to create a new database. So come up to the top and open up the Data Management Editor. Click on the purple cylinder with the sun to create a new database, and place it on your desktop, as it's fastest to record directly to the C drive and move it later. Give it a useful name. You can think of this sort of as a Maya project file, as it's where all of your capture data and clips will live. So create it and open it, and then in the window, right-click and create a new project. Give it the same name that you just gave the file on the desktop. Right-click that, and come up to New and create a new captured day, as your project might have multiple days that you are capturing data on. Right-click on that and create a new session. You can think of sessions as times during the day that you recorded, so if you break for lunch or something, you'll want to create a new session. Connect to the cameras by pressing the orange plug button. You'll notice the T20s light up with a red light, while the Vantage cameras do not, as they use actual IR light. They will, however, display their number on their LCD screens. Let's quickly look at the supply closet. On the top shelf, you will find the markers. You can use these for the suit and props. They're two different size markers. You shouldn't mix and match too much on any given character. They're also separated by markers that still have their Velcro connected to them and ones that do not. Use the bad Velcro markers for props. Underneath that, you'll find the hats, gloves, feet, and various Velcro patches. Underneath that are bags of suits. They're split up by size, denoted by 2x large for 2 larges in that bag, or 3x medium for 3 mediums in that bag. At the bottom we have the ErgoCal L-frame calibration triangle with 14mm markers, and some marker cluster plates which are useful for real-time tracking. Finally, we have the wave wand, which you'll use first to calibrate the volume. This one has 3 markers that are all 240mm. Back in Blade, we can begin the calibration process. With their 2 panels open, you can see on the right the capture and the left the perspective view. Clicking on these bars will bring up 4 controls you have over individual cameras. The red bar is the strobe, which affects the intensity of the light. The yellow bar controls the threshold, which is how easily it can see the white reflections. White is gain, which adds noise to the signal to see white more easily, and green is circularity, which is trying to find the actual round markers in the space. These should already be set up, but you may need to make some adjustments to them. Make sure there are no markers or other reflective objects in the volume at this time. First, we'll use auto threshold to hide any more white pixels that the cameras might be seeing. The next step is to start the wand wave. Simply click the button and the cameras will begin looking for wand waves in the volume. Gently wave the wand in front of you. Walk around the perimeter of the volume and slowly work your way in. You want to define the entire volume as best you can. This is critical as a poor calibration can have adverse results on your data. The Vantage camera LCDs display a pie chart that will fill as the camera calibration reaches completion. The T20s, however, have an LED light that will stop blinking when they're done. Back in Blade, you'll see the capture views filling up with rainbows from the wand. The numbers tick up from red to yellow to green. When everything's green, stop the wand wave and Blade will calibrate. Yellow is good, green is excellent, and blue is awesome, which is rare to see, but it's the best. After the wand wave, get the origin calibration triangle and place it in the center of the room. Use the 4 T20s to line it up, as the mats on the floor have a tendency to slide and won't give you an accurate center. The horizontal leg of the triangle should be parallel with the projection screen. This will mean that positive Z is pointing towards the projection screen. All characters and props should always be facing positive Z. Back in Blade, simply click the Start Set Origin button, let it run for a few seconds, and click it again to stop. You can also use the triangle to calibrate the floor plane. Again, simply click the button, let it run for a few seconds, and click it again. Now you're all ready to go.